week session. I need to do that after today.
You haven't bloated?
No.
Man, keeping the people hanging, huh?
Oh, yeah, all the adoring fans watching this. Surely that's right.
Well, since we're waiting, I'm gonna finish my video. Let me know when we start.
It's starting now.
Uh,
Okay. Just get the stream open. Just make sure everything looks right. It does. Okay. Let's get going. Is everyone in the client, by the way?
Just seeing the
Sorry,
Yep.
I need to log
Yep.
in. It logs me out every fucking time for some reason.
I'll pause the music until everyone's back in again.
Don't know why it does this every fucking time. I never remember my password.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Missing one?
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello?
Fuck's
Sorry,
sake.
Because Sid's also a green color on his like little thing, so I was like, I saw a green one join. I was like, Zinni's green. I was like, oh, fuck.
Okay, and then you still have to ask, because apparently I'm the other green color. Use your brain, bro.
Shut the, come on, man. I got my ass beat at
Reset my
locals today.
password.
I don't need this hassle.
So you used to just losing, I guess.
I came 4th place last week, but today I went 0-4 and came literal last. So
So used to losing.
4th out of 14 is not losing.
It is losing. You're not first, are you?
I won prizes last week. It's not a loss.
Were you first though?
No.
I don't know, man. Whenever
There was someone better, so.
whenever I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh and he didn't get in the first place, you know.
Did you remember them? No.
Let's
Exactly.
start. Okay.
Have you watched Talladega Nights, Dax?
Talladega Nights? No.
You should watch it. It'll teach you about winning.
This fucking guy. All right.
I'm still not there, Bellend, so I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, that's right. Jeez.
I have to reset my password because I don't remember it.
It's reset 10. Can't hear you,
Going to
Scoopy.
reset.
I'm shouting at the game. Sorry.
Okay.
Playing games while playing D&D?
I'm doing things that cost no brain power. All I need to do is complain.
Speaking of playing games, on Wednesday we're going to go do the heroic stuff, Scope.
Yeah, I might have a raid then.
Oh
but
dear.
To be confirmed. Yeah.
Okay.
You also
But-
would still need to do a bunch of quests to get up to the point to do the heroics. It's quite a chain.
Already did that.
Oh, nice, good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Dax is healing.
I'm not. There's no. Please don't.
Yeah, I'm definitely not showing up.
That's a great incentive to not join. Right, I'm here now. Let's go.
All
Tony,
right.
They need to do that. The Zero's mage need to get the attunement. Go on.
Okay. Let's go. Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers attended a meeting of resistance leaders to discuss their current position and their next step going forward. After having his voice healed, Torn established the current situation and turned to the group to ask for their thoughts. Before they dug too much into the gritty details of what was to come, the group first wanted to be introduced to the only stranger at the table. A young man, so youthful and naive in appearance that it wouldn't be improper to call him boy, in wizard robes and with a terrified look on his face. The boy, Nate, revealed he was a wizard in the employ of Canella, the premier of the city, and was until recently besieged within the city's parliament alongside his employer. The boy didn't quite have the same glowing opinion of her, however, much to the disdain of Ishtar at the other end of the table. Nate ranted about Canella's indignatious nature and how she was all too willing to throw any amount of bodies at her feet in order to keep herself alive. A stark contrast from any opinion we've heard about her thus far, but maybe an opinion that wasn't entirely born out of resentment. The group questioned and listened to Nate's story, but his unwillingness to be hopeful was not appreciated, and he found himself quickly beset on all sides by the group and the resistance. He insisted that once this meeting was over, he would leave the city, claiming it had taken far more from him than he was willing to permit. The group was implored by Ishtar that the correct course of action would be to free Canella, and as they plotted how they would do this with Nate's intel, a large thunderous crash was heard from the other end of the resistance tunnel network. Quiet and confident footsteps bounced off the hand-dug mud walls, and the group prepared for a fight as Fester, captain of the Watchers of the Gale, stepped into light. Fester was a disgusting creep of a man, talking with such ecstasy about the pain and torture he had inflicted on others and on those in the room. Fester had noticed a change in the air, a turning of the tides. Fester had come to bargain, offering valuable and otherwise unattainable intel of the inner workings and goals of the cult in exchange for the assurance that the group would not pursue him once he fled the city. A very uncomfortable back and forth proceeded, with Fester seeming to take immense pleasure in causing the group to feel uncomfortable and the awkward position he was putting them in. He knew he was by far the most hated person in the city, the most vocal and open with the atrocities he had committed, yet he had something that was invaluable to the group. As talks started to evolve and parts of the resistance excused themselves, leaving the rest to the Wayward Wanderers, Anxie started to ingratiate herself with Fester, matching his creepy energy and keeping his focus fixed on her. However, as the talks finally began to reach the fruitful stage, parts of Fester's body began to shock with static, a static that built quickly and dangerously before he erupted in a spray of sparks, leaving nothing but a bloody mist and viscera behind. The ensuing electrical explosion dealt immense damage to the group and killed Nate in the process. Even the aftershock of the blast was almost brought the Wayward Wanderers to an untimely end, but they endured. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence. It was unconventional, but that's 3 of the 4 captains dealt with. With your planning having briefly been interrupted and each of you just clinging to life in this bloody and charred basement, what would you like to do?
I think we need to find Torn and
Agreed.
share with him what's happened here. And maybe take a short rest while we're talking.
I mean,
In
he
the
ran,
shower.
he ran off quite quickly, didn't he, when he was accused of certain things?
What?
Someone knows, hold up. No, wrong person. Never mind. Continue.
Before we
wrong
go up,
person.
just in case there's anything hostile, is there any healing we can do? Because I think some of us are pretty low on health.
Yeah, I was hoping we could take a short rest while we talk to Torn.
Okay, we'll do one as then sit up cautiously just to check everything's okay, up there. Before we all go up there with like 1 health.
Yeah. Maybe Charon can do some sneaky checking.
I can do if thou demands it.
More a request than a demand, but yes, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, Torin, you want to sneak upstairs out to the basement, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
Oh, why is all my stuff in dark mode? Well, that's not good.
Okay. The rest of the group sticks behind as you start to head up the small little wooden ladder that leads to the rest of the room. Barely leaving the trapdoor open ajar, you find yourself in the familiar abandoned room that you've usually come through to get to the Resistance headquarters, or the old one at least. Roll me a perception check.
That means sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, not bad.
You keep a lookout and try to deduce what the situation is up here. With the captain having been down below, anything could be happening above ground. No sign of people. This place is usually meant to be quite quiet nowadays, especially with most of the new Resistance Haven having shifted far to the up against the south wall. There's one thing that you do hear, and it's some footsteps. Jogging, maybe running, towards the front door of this building.
Jogging, you say?
Jogging or running, it's hard for you to tell.
Maybe I can try and hide behind the door then. Maybe I can sneak attack him, pin him down. But we'll see who it is first.
So what are you doing?
I am going to hide behind the door.
That they're coming in from?
Yes, that they're coming in from.
Okay. You find which door has the side of the hinges on it and hide up against it so that when whoever it is opens the door, you'll automatically be obscured.
Mm-hmm.
And the steps come closer and closer to the door, and eventually you hear that you see the door get swung open quite a bit. Roll me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stop the door from making too much of a bang against your body as it flings open.
Oh no.
The door swings open, and you are able to put your hands out just enough in time that you catch most of the impact of the door, but it bonks against your little toe a little. But the person that was running and has now slammed the door open jogs further into the room without even looking back at you. All you see is a black cloak and some muddied boots. They're immediately making for the trapdoor and immediately start bending down to grab it and open it. Got out quick, they're going.
There's two of them, isn't there? I guess I can try to. I don't want to do a fatal attack. That's the problem. I kind of want to.
Act quick, or he's just gonna go.
There's two of them, you said, yeah?
Nope, there's literally just one guy.
It's just okay. I'm gonna try and pin him to the floor.
Okay, so like a grapple attack attempt?
It's like a. How can I put this? It's because I don't want it to be a sneak attack because it's probably just gonna one-shot them.
If you're going to make a grapple attack from stealth, it'll be a strength check, which you can make with advantage because you're in stealth. And they won't be expecting it.
Yeah, I guess I'll try that. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
we'll see if we can trip him with the strength.
Strength check, please, with advantage.
Oh no.
You start to creep forward and you're about to make a lunge at this person so that you can clap your body weight onto them and pin them down to the ground. And as you do, you feel rumble in your right pocket. And as you make the step of what's going to be your lunge, you step on your own toe, fall flat first onto your face, and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Lovely.
The
Oh, I
figure
block
in
out.
the cloak immediately spins around and looks at you. And as you're wiping a little bit of blood from your nose and like trying to wipe the tears that have formed from your eyes just from the squinting of the pain, you see Steve. Oh, hey, Torin. He reaches a hand down to you. Are you not in the meeting? I'm late for this meeting. Can you... Are we going in? I'm going in. You want to help up?
I knew there was always something suspicious of you, Steve. Why come into a room fully cloaked and go by yourself into this little trapdoor? What is happening?
I'll say it later. I'm late for this meeting. And he helps you up quickly and immediately throws open the trapdoor and starts to walk down the ladder. Oh, hey, go. Oh!
Before he goes down that trapdoor, can I like attempt to react and like pull him and like ask him a few more questions?
Nah, he's gone.
He's
Lightning
gone.
fast. He like helped you up on your feet and like immediately bolted down. The rest of you see Steve coming down the ladder, who just immediately reacts quite viscerally. Oh, this place fucking stink. What the hell happened in here?
Guy exploded.
Guy? What guy?
What's his name again?
Creepy man.
Fister.
Captain. Yeah, Fister.
Oh, Fester. Fester
Master. Yeah.
is that him over there? And he points to what you know to be Nate's corpse.
I mean, yeah, but also there and over there as well. He's got everywhere, really.
He like really did explode it.
Yeah, that there's not him. That's Nate.
Right.
Who's Nate?
Yeah, young fella. We wanted to get rid of him regardless. Doesn't matter.
Guess it doesn't matter anymore. Torn asked me to be here, but I'm so sorry. I'm like late getting here. Did this all just happen?
It's
No.
just
We just like to sit around this crap for a very long time. Yeah, this fucking just happened.
You guys look pretty rough. Glad you're all okay, but whew, struggle. Look, I wasn't here when it happened. I'm not gonna lie. Where is
you
Torn,
been
by
off
the
to
way?
fighting? Where have you been off to, Steve?
I'll tell you that when we get to Torn. Where is he?
He went out before Fester exploded.
Also a stroke of good luck, it
Lucky him.
seems.
Yep.
You guys want to go out and get to Torn? This place really just stinks like blood and charred flesh. I don't want to be here anymore.
yeah, I think we should get out of here. And find Torn.
All right. Yep. So they all climb out. Torin hurt himself, by the way. I just gotta. Well, it doesn't look as hurt as the rest of you, but you know, fell on the floor a bit ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, just stub my toe. It's nothing too biggie.
You say as you
Very
see
much.
a big stain of smeared blood under his nose.
Because there's like a little bit of skin left on the wood. I'm so glad you just said full blood and like out of character. I had
Is that-
13 HP.
Is that the only blood you have on you? Basically, the blood coming out of your nose.
I think most of the blood is like soaked all into my leather armor.
Torrent, how much HP are you on? Because you healed quite a bit.
I'm on 9.
You're on 9? Oh shit.
I was on 13. I'm down to 9.
I'd imagine.
That would have been
Since you're
horrible.
bloodied like that, Axie would just get, get some of the Fester blood and put it on her cheeks as if she's gone in like war.
It's like you go Rambo style now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of following from behind. It's taking me a while to catch up because I'm kind of basically crawling along the floor.
True. Right, careful of that nail on the floor.
Torn couldn't have gone far. He's probably just. Yeah, it's fine for you
He's
guys.
probably
Come on, let's go.
upset.
And Steve starts to lead the way and is sort of bounding in his steps. He seems to be light on his feet in a weird sort of like chipper, upbeat manner.
He knows something.
You guys walk outside,
be there.
and Torn takes you down a couple different alleyways from where you were. A couple places you haven't exactly walked down just yet. You know the general direction you're heading, but you then turn into a building that you guys have not gone into before, and you find Torn just sat there in the middle of the room on a chair up against the table. Oh, hey, you guys. Whoa! Torn? Yeah. Steve turns to you guys. Guys, I think something's happened to Torn.
I'd usually take the piss, but we just heard his voice. He's fine.
Oh.
Yep.
He walks over and pats Torn on the shoulder. Glad to hear the real you. And Steve is basically like skipping around the room at this point. He just sort of like skips over to the window, starts looking around as the rest of you sort of filter into the building. Torn looks around at you. You guys all look really bloodied up.
Yeah, Fester exploded.
Exploded?
Well, he was telling us stuff he shouldn't have told us, and while doing so, it seems like the maiden decided he needs to go.
Ooh.
Boom. Yeah, Nate
So yeah,
died.
the basement needs some redecorating.
I think I might just never go in there again.
I'd suggest doing that. Yeah.
Steve, while he's up against the window, still looking out, just says, while not turning to you guys, yeah, that maiden's a real tricky one, ain't she? Just looking
What
around
do you
at the sky
know?
outside. Oh, me? He looks at you, and you see several different smiles try to come across his face, but he keeps forcing them down, and so he says, nothing.
Just to warn you, Steve, the last person who's being coy by giving us information literally exploded.
Well, I'm not being coy just for the sake of being coy. I'm being coy because I'm under... What was it called again, Torn? You were sworn to secrecy. Yeah, that's it. I was sworn to secrecy.
Okay, can you unsworn him so he can tell us whatever the fuck he's found out, or else I'm gonna find out a different manner, in a different way.
Steve, can't tell us what's going on. Oh, sure. Steve walks back to the center of the room with you guys now and puts his hand down on both of the tables. I don't think Torn's told any of you guys yet, but I've been the one that's been keeping an eye on the maiden. Not to brag, it seems I'm kind of good at this sneaking around stuff. I've been able to get closer to her than anyone else has so far without being detected. A lot of other people that tried just kind of died, and when Torn asked me to go in, not gonna lie, I kind of thought he was trying to get rid of me too. But then it just kind of stuck. It kept going well. And I've got some interesting information to report.
Okay.
You see Torn sort of like nod towards him as he's sort of like scratching some stuff down on a notepad. So, you know how our running theory so far has been that the maiden can't go indoors, that's why she always stays outside and she sleeps on roofs. So
Yeah.
it's kind of true, but not strictly. She definitely can go inside buildings. I've seen that myself, but she's also not sleeping on roofs. What I've noticed is that after she uses a touch too much of her powers, or if it's been a while since she's last had some time to detox, as she called it, she starts to get all staticky all over her body, and some of her limbs become a bit hard to control. So she goes to the rooftops to meditate. She called it detoxing, calming down. She called it a couple different things, but whatever it is, it's implying, to me at least, that she can't use her powers for that long. Like she's got some kind of upper limit and a refractory period that she needs to take time to recover from.
How often is she on the rooftops?
It does happen to equate to like about once a day, which is why I think we made the misunderstanding before that she was going up there to sleep. But I climbed up to a building that was just a little shorter than the one she was on. She was on the tallest one in the area. And I got on the highest point of my roof and got on my tippy toes, and I could see that she wasn't sleeping. She was upright, sitting with her eyes closed, and it was like a slow wash of static electricity gently, like an ocean wave over her body sort of thing. Not gonna lie, it kind of looked really relaxing, but obviously she's teeming with some kind of crazy power.
So what you're saying is we wait and ambush her when she goes to meditate?
Well, it's definitely something that we can do. She's still incredibly powerful, and it's very scary, I'm not gonna lie. The way she just like lashes lightning out of the sky at the Parliament building, it genuinely, like, I try to not get so close because it just hurts my ears being that close. What have you guys been up to? Festa's dead now, I guess, so it's just her and Lash. Oh, by the way, Lash is sticking to her like glue. And even when she's off meditating, he's never ever far away. And he's always in glancing distance.
How far away from the Parliament building does she go when she meditates?
She never strays that far from the Parliament building anyway, but she always goes to the highest rooftop that's nearest to her.
I'm just thinking, like, if we're going to try and get in, rescue the person inside and get out, that's probably the time we want to do it. Like, she might still be nearby, but she's not actively looking at it. Out of interest, do we have any way of destroying the large buildings nearby to make her have to go further away from the building?
Torn groans a little. I mean, we could, but it would take, I think, probably much more resources than it's worth. And there's also the worry of the kind of effect it'd have on the populace. We don't want to be seen as trying to liberate the place, but then also simultaneously destroying it. Even if you're going to be doing it for a good reason, simple people aren't going to want to know or care about the intricacies of war. As you saw yourself, if someone sees their house get blown up, they get pretty pissed about it.
Yeah, so we're back to the try and sneak in when she's meditating into the Parliament building.
It's a good plan. Get you in less noticed than we thought you were gonna be. You were gonna say something, Baylor?
I was just going to say it does seem like the best time to do it. Is
when
Ishtar around?
Uh,
I was just
he isn't, but I can get him fetched real quick if that's gonna help.
if you could fetch him, 'cause we need to know a way in. But also, just a quick question. Steve, how what time of day normally does she meditate? Like, how long do we have?
It varies, I can't say for sure. It's after she's been expending her power for a while, and whenever she gets a reprieve, she has pushed on and seemed to have suffered a bit for it before, but she's also rested at shorter intervals as well and kept herself topped up, I guess, in a sense. You see, Torn turns and looks up at the ceiling. Daisy, the rest of you turn and look up as well, and you see Daisy on the chandelier in the room, or the light fixture at least. It's not exactly a chandelier. This is a rather dilapidated building, but she's just there. None of you noticed. You hear her? Yeah, Dad? Can you go and find Ishtar for me and tell him to come here? Sure. She jumps down from the chandelier and lands on the table underneath. With an incredibly odd amount of grace for what is just like a 6 or 7-year-old girl.
You made that kid too freaky.
You watch as she, walking towards the end of the table, jumps towards you, Sid.
Sid does a little flinch.
She grabs hold of like one of your just scraps of clothing and sort of like slides herself down you. And she like pats you on the back leg. Don't be so scared. And just she skips off.
Not scared. He kind of mumbles. Well, she's probably already out of range.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit worried myself. Kids aren't normally that athletic, are they?
I mean, I'd like to believe I was, but I don't remember my childhood at all. Fell on my head.
It's
Go ahead.
it's not just about being athletic. Being athletic is great. She's creepy, and that's coming from me.
Yeah, but like, what can I even do about that? Should I do anything about that?
I mean, I'm not a parent or anything, but I think what you're doing right now is probably the correct thing to do anyway, you know? Getting things back to normal is probably the best thing you could do for her.
True. And while at it, maybe tell her to not stab Sid next time.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if she's going to stab someone, Sid's probably better one to stab.
She said he agreed to help her train. Did she stab you?
She pinched me a little bit, yeah.
Right,
Also-
pinch.
Yep. These guys like to embellish my wounds. They always think I'm dying or things like that. But I'm fine. I'm good. They've even been close to dying.
You
No one
died
said you were
once.
close to dying, okay?
This is what I mean. Just human. Case in point. All right, guys, let's move on.
You do have wounds from a little girl, though.
Where? They've been, well, if they were there, they have been healed, but they weren't there to begin with. They're just some small pinches here and there, you know?
Baylor healed you though, didn't he?
Maybe.
It
Can we
did.
move on? Yeah, there were just little scratches, okay? Like,
Well, if it was scratches, you wouldn't have gotten healed by our
well,
friend, you know. But
no,
okay.
Bella loves to heal people. I was just indulging him.
Yeah, just that. And I wink at it.
Yeah. It like gives you a brief glance and a nod that's almost not noticeable, and then just stares back straight forward.
So you think rescuing Canal is the play?
I think we should just go up a roof and smack the bitch. But if you guys still wanna go
Hit her,
rescue,
and she falls.
I think we at least need to get some information out of her. She clearly, I mean, it's clearly a focus of Maiden, and we kind of need to know why.
Yeah.
Ishtar's very adamant that it's the right thing to do, but I think he's just clouded by his admiration for her.
Well, Petra did say that Canella is not what's interesting to the maiden, but what she's guarding. So she definitely knows something that might help us in destroying the maiden.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seems like the correct way of doing things.
I do
Alright.
agree.
fine.
Besides, Sid, if we go rescue, you might get to fight twice instead of just once.
Yeah, but you know, this maiden chick seems like the real evil around this town. So getting rid of her would be the best. But you know, if you guys want to go on a little side quest once again, that's fine.
I think it's the main quest, Sid. You need to remember that the maiden is literally attacking Canella at all time, or the Parliament building, if that's what you think.
So she's the side quest.
I think both are the main. It's just
They're
how you
both-
approach it.
It's like a
They're
branching
connected.
quest. It's like a multiple steps within the quest.
Yeah, so
Mm.
we're either taking the correct approach or we're fucking shit up. And we're about to find out.
Well, you know, as
I mean,
long as
I-
I get to swing my axe, I'll be alright,
E-
I suppose.
Even if we don't get anything overly actionable, just imagine how annoyed the Maiden's going to be when she eventually breaches the Capitol and there's no one there.
Yeah, well, not as annoyed as she would be when I swing my axe at her. Trust me on that. And you can see Sith kind of looking up at the ceiling with a faint smile on his face, dreaming away.
So did he really just like explode?
Yeah.
Ah. I'm guessing like an electric-y kind, you know.
With some sort of aftershock that stuck to us, and
Aftershock. I see what you did there. That's good. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, credit to you guys where credit's due. You guys have been amazing so far, but I'm just so glad I wasn't there. Oh my god. Ooh.
yeah, us too. It was a pretty powerful spell, whatever killed him and whatever stuck to us afterwards, and I think rather us than you.
Yeah. My luck's bound to run out someday. After some awkward silences later, Daisy returns, skipping through the door. And you see Ishtar. Yes. Don, everyone, why have we relocated the meeting? What happened
Well-
to Fester?
He exploded on us, almost killing us.
That
Was
would,
fun.
that would explain the blood.
That part. He did say that Canella is not what's interesting to the maiden. It's what she knows or what she's guarding. Therefore, we need to go get her. That's why you come in
Yes, I
inside.
couldn't agree more. Could you bring out the map from the meeting, please?
The map might have exploded, but I can draw it for you. And I get out my notes and I start drawing it.
Roll me a history check.
Why?
Just see how quickly you do this.
Can I assist? Because I looked quite at detail to the map as well.
Nah, Anxie's got complete picture-perfect memory. You're just going to interrupt her flow state. For the rest of you, by the way, you watch as, like, as much as you've seen many freaks of nature, Anxie completely recreating a map 1-to-1 at a lightning speed is, even compared to all the magic you've seen, an awe in of itself. As she just starts, like, immediately sketching everything of the map and exactly down to the dotted line. And as she's drawing it, you just look at it, it's like, that really is the exact same map. Oh my fucking god. But after just 3 minutes of quick sketching, you have a complete redrawing of the map that was completely destroyed. So, sorry. Actually, this is a map of the city and path into the mountains. Could you draw the blueprints of the Parliament building, please?
Yeah, you got everything, dude.
And you spend another 3 minutes sketching the other map instead. Yes, okay.
Keen mind for you.
This one. So, there are couples of ways into the building. We could go through this tunnel here, and it would get us into. And you hear Steve instantly chirp up. No, that's not going to work. Hey, I beg your pardon. Yeah, I'm just telling you that one's not going to work.
Okay, Steve, go on. What's gonna work?
Ishtar gets just like a twitch in his eye and looks over at Torn. Torn just like points with his head. And, he's been keeping tabs on the maiden. Oh, okay. Well, by all means, Mr. Local Expert, tell me what we should do. Well, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy. But I have been like looking at all these different entrances from the Parliament building that I've seen, the open ones. These all look like hidden ones. Actually, you've still got the pen in your hand, and Steve just sort of picks it out of your hand without even looking in your direction, starts crossing off different entrances that lead into Parliament building. No. They love watching that one.
We've got no
That
manners.
one's caved in. That one just has a weird smell coming out of it.
How does Steve know so much?
He starts pointing and tapping repeatedly on one on the map. As far as I can tell, like holds his hands up. I might be wrong here, but I think this one's our best bet. It's a tunnel that starts from one of the buildings, like a street or two away from the Parliament building, and leads into one of the basements of the Parliament building. Because from what I've heard, because I've just been talking to a lot of locals, you know, the Parliament basements, there's like a couple different basements, but Canella, where I've seen her mages mostly, I think she's very central and like a couple floors up in Parliament. This one will get us into the basement unseen. How much they were going around in the basements, I don't know that, and I don't think we're gonna be able to tell. It's gonna have to be a play by ear sort of thing, I reckon. Steve sort of like looks up and realizes that he's been talking way too long, and like, oh, unless you guys have any other ideas, yeah, it's just my opinion. Just because I've been keeping a lookout for a couple of days. He starts to get a little fidgety with his hands.
The only other thought I've got is we do need to have a plan to deal with the mages defending Kerala. Because I think you mentioned earlier that they wouldn't recognise us as friendly, shall we say?
Yes, they will shoot on sight regardless. There have been many occasions where the cult have tried to infiltrate looking like fellow court wizards, civilians. No ploy is beneath them. It's disgusting. You will need to
not exactly...
basically sneak so you're close enough to them that you can get their attention at a close enough range that you can show and prove that you're not a harm before they turn you into dust.
Ishtar, I think you might need to come with us.
I cannot deny that in theory that would be a good idea. But I'm not as brave as you.
Could we just have a placard that says "Crumb sucks" or something? Something the cultists would never do.
Or I can just look like Ishtar.
That's also a possibility.
Did you use some magic to replicate me?
Yeah, magic. Exactly that.
Well, okay, if you're confident. Sorry. Yes. Once you get inside, I'm not sure what you can say to the wizards to ensure that they won't attack you. But as long as you very much seem like not a threat straight away, there may be a good chance that they would have heard my message projected on the speakers. They know that there is some kind of resistance from the outside, even though they have not seen it themselves. I only hope that their hope has been ignited as well.
Do we know how many they are?
Well, their numbers, while they are big, dwindling. You guys are putting a massive dent into this cult. Like, I'm...
Not the cult. The mages, the wizards.
Oh,
that
the
are protecting
mages!
Vanilla.
They are also dwindling, and at a more rapid rate. I've seen quite a few of them been taken out of the building completely unconscious, either incarcerated or just executed immediately. It's a little grisly. I kind of turned away and didn't want to see it, but they're exhausted on the inside. Mentally, physically, and in every other kind of way, too. I have a feeling they're gonna be not just hoping, but begging and praying for some kind of savior. You guys have been the saviors to the city so far. Who says you can't be theirs as well?
I mean, potentially I can alert them prematurely about us joining forces with them, I suppose, or trying to get Canela out by speaking into their heads. I don't know if it's gonna work.
It certainly could, but there is no telling what tricks a mage has up their sleeve, and I wouldn't want you to get retaliated against in as a result. We could certainly try, and it may well work. It will very much depend on the psyche of the individual that you speak to.
Okay, well, if we're going to do this, we kind of need to know when she goes to rest. So we're probably going to need Steve to go out and give us some sort of heads up when it's good, when we're good to move in.
I would suggest not doing that before we take a proper rest.
Oh yeah, it's not something we can do today. I think we need a day's rest at least.
Yeah, it is pretty much evening at this point. Well, all right.
Did I ever get? So Dex, did I ever get my Horn of Sound alarm back?
You ask Torn about it, and he says that the scouts that did use it have returned with it, and he'll need to go find it, but can do so over
Okay,
tonight while you take a long rest.
While I just mentioned that to Torn, I was ask him to give it to Steve, and he can use that to let us know when we get to move in.
A horn, isn't that a little counterproductive? I kind of like to be sneaky, you know.
If you think about one specific person when you blow it, only that person can hear it.
Oh, well,
So
that's
it's a way of
nifty.
you communicating with us, quietly.
Yeah, I think I can use and do that. Sure.
Just be aware. I think it's a 600-yard or 600-meter radius on it.
Well, what I'm thinking is you guys will post up close to where the tunnel is, or at least a building close to that one, and I'll stay posted up closest to that too, and can let you know. Do you want me to? You want me to come with you?
I think so once we go into the tunnel, I think if you keep an eye on the maiden, and if you notice something odd, like her reacting to us going in, like if she finds out about it, if you can try and warn us.
How many times can that horn get used?
3 times.
Oh, 3 up at 600 yards range. Well,
Either that or do we still have those the sending stones, Baylor?
Gwen.
Gwen's got it down. Are you able to link with his mind, like for long distances, Anxie, or can't you do that?
30 feet.
Okay.
30 feet for the initial connection, right? But then you can walk apart as far as you want. It's just a matter of time then, I think.
I don't think so. Let me check.
We just need some way of him contacting us, like rather than us contacting him.
You and the chosen creature can communicate telepathically with each other while the two of you are within a number of miles of each other, equal to your charisma modifier. To understand each other, you each must mentally use a language you both know. So,
Does it have a time limit
4
on it then?
miles? Doesn't appear so, no.
I swear it should have a time limit. That's so weird.
I mean, I've linked it.
Yeah. I just feel like I remember. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an
Lasts for a
application,
number of
lasts for a number
minutes up to or equal to your sorcerer level. So you can stay contacted for 11 minutes. Okay.
Would we be within 4 miles? How does range work?
4 miles is definitely going to be more than enough for
Okay.
like where the building is to the Parliament building.
So 11 minutes.
The other option is you write your name in a book and we'll just contact you every few minutes to make sure it's all okay.
I think that's the better one.
Me write my name?
Yeah, it lets me contact you whenever I need.
Oh. Sure. Where do I sign?
Yeah, I'll take Carnellan's name out of my book and put his name in. Or let him put his name in.
Steve scribbles down his name. Writes just Steve, no surname.
I'm just going to demonstrate it so he doesn't panic. I'll just write you hello in the book.
Whoa. That sounded freaky, and you watch as these words get written out in the book. Oh, it's just whatever I say appears in the book. Penis, penis, dick, balls, titties. Nice.
Every time.
All right, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, that sounds like a plan then.
you guys said we're doing this tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Need a nap.
Do you want to keep your horn then, Andros?
I will, yeah.
All right. Well, Wayward Wanderers, seems like we've got a plan. One more rest, then a push into Parliament. I'd be lying if I didn't say that the entire city's existence rests on your shoulders. We've been indebted to you since you arrived here, and after tomorrow we'll be indebted even further. I'll save the victory speech for later. Go get some rest. So,
All right.
with nothing more to add, you guys go and find your accommodation for the night. Unless anyone wants to do something in the meantime.
Nope, I'm very low on health. I will want to go to bed.
I want to take a shower.
Amen.
And then I want to talk to Anxie.
Yeah.
So I invade your space.
More than welcome to do that.
Anxie, I don't trust this.
You don't trust which part of it?
The Steve part.
I mean, I don't like the guy as well, but right now he seems to be the only options we got. Question. I wouldn't have been able to do an insight on him earlier.
Yeah, you definitely could have. You can go ahead and roll.
Lovely.
You want to use lucky?
I don't have
Can
lucky.
I do one?
Yeah, you can do one as
Because
well.
I'm sussing him out.
You can do one.
2-1. Yo, better.
As you sort of like studied over Steve during this entire interaction, there's a lot about him that is kind of odd. And in some ways, like a little off-putting, but not in a sort of bad way. in a way where he's just quite set apart and different,
Thank you.
that it makes you sort of just squint your eyes and go, what the fuck? By all accounts, he seems to be just a guy, really forthcoming, honest to a fault, and in the present moments seems to be really feeling himself. He's come into his own and sort of feels like he's got a good grasp on what he can do to help. And he's very much enjoying that. And is sometimes losing track of the atrocities around him because of it. You don't think that anything is coming from a malevolent position, but there's something odd and a bit abstract about it.
Just. It's not that I don't like him, it's just that he seems to know everything and doesn't have an explanation. He said about going down a certain tunnel, and because so he's heard that's a good way to go. That just seems really off to me.
I don't think he's heard it. I think you've noticed it because he was on a sneaky mission, something that if Thorin was good enough at his job, he would have done. But they had Steve go and scout, so it appears that he's noticed that this tunnel might be safe. The other option is he's sending us into our debts, so I don't know which one's worse.
I mean, we've been to workplaces before.
You're not
This
here?
is a private conversation.
I'm shitting on you behind your back. I know it's scary, Zinni, but I don't know if we have any other options right now. We can't go and attack the maiden. Because she might just make us explode like she did with Vester.
Okay, well, the moment he looks even a tiny bit like he's gonna fuck us, I'm gonna fuck him.
Oh yeah. And I'll help you.
I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
I'm sure you will. And I'll also got your back, so even if something slightly doesn't go our way, I'll make sure we're safe and sound.
Thank you.
It's a very cute
Let's
moment.
hope we manage to wrap things up tomorrow and we can move on with our journey. I'm really tired of this place.
Yeah. I don't wanna get back on track. We've been here for a while now, and our original mission is kind of took a side.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of fixing to do for
And
our
we're
own things.
Yes, and we're just at the start of it. It's not great, but hopefully we'll manage to clear out the skies, and we'll be able to see at least what your god is up to.
Yeah.
Any other conversations that you guys want to have before we proceed to long rest?
Nope.
No.
Okay. As you guys are about to sleep, you guys are in this house that you slept in the night before. You do have guards on rotation outside and around your building. But about like 20 minutes before you're all about to head to bed, you hear a knock on the door.
Are we all in the same room?
If you want to be, some of you could have headed off to your bed sooner. Some of you could have been relaxing, having your baths and showers. But you're all in the same building at least.
I reckon Sid sleeps through the knock.
Sid went to bed early and just will not get up.
Nope.
Mm.
Might hear some faint snoring in the background.
I think Zinni would sleep too. She's very injured. She needs the rest.
Okay, well, I guess me with my 1 HP is going to go and answer the door.
I have 3 HP, but I'm gonna help you.
Mm.
I'll send the mage hand to open.
I'll back you up with my 2 HP.
A mage hand opening. the
Just
door
watch a
is
mage
great.
hand's going to open the door into my face and I'm going to die as a result.
You guys walk up to the front door, and the mage hand gently opens the door. You see in the doorway, who immediately turns around and looks to you guys as the door opens. Steve. Oh, hey,
No,
good.
you
I
again.
caught you just before you went to sleep. It's another stroke of good luck. I just want to say sorry. I haven't really been around all that much the last couple days. When Torn approached me a few days ago, I kind of like realized it was an important thing to do, and he said I wasn't allowed to tell you guys. I still really appreciate everything you guys did for me, keeping me safe and bringing me here, and even letting me really tag along at all. Really, I didn't want to have any sort of like bad blood or anything between us. You know, we're all trying our best here.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, cool. I still can't help but feel like I should go with you guys tomorrow, once I know the maiden's meditating, but you guys are the ones making the shots, and
Is it-
I trust your
I
judgment.
I would normally agree, but we need somebody we can trust to keep an eye on the outside to
Yeah.
give us early warning.
Yeah, you're exactly right, yeah. I've got a lot of faith in you guys. And you see a earnest smile crack across his mouth, and you see that upbeat feeling come back to him briefly. We're gonna
And yeah,
do
just,
this, right? Yeah,
Just keep your head down tomorrow. Just all we need to know is if anything weird happens, you don't need to risk yourself for anything.
sure. It'll be the first time I put myself in harm's way, but I wouldn't want it to be the last. All right. Well, good night, guys. I'll probably walk with you guys as we head out tomorrow.
1 sec, before you go,
Uh-huh.
can you just sign your name in this book?
Didn't we already do this?
It looks very similar. It's slightly different though.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You-
Steve.
Wanna keep him safe?
Well, yeah, I mean, if our eyes on the outside die, it's not going to be very good for us, is it?
Unless he can survive, I guess. Once.
Who did you
sure.
take off the book for this?
I'm not going to answer.
Oh, interesting.
Did you take me off?
That
No,
is
I
awesome.
didn't
No,
take-
don't tell anyone. That's actually so awesome and exactly the kind of thing Andros would do. I love it.
Well, Anxie would know what he's doing. Can she check whether her name is still in there?
Andros, are you trying to obscure this?
I'm not trying to specifically hide it. No.
Okay. Actually, roll a perception check. Do you want to like stealthily look, or are you going to barge and just look over his shoulder deliberately.
Brother, I can literally detect thoughts and check.
Not sure.
So I'll
Yeah, brother.
I'll try to check without, being sneaky about it.
I'll say then if
And
he's
you
not
got that
trying
before.
to obscure it, then that's fine. Andros, as Steve writes his name in the book, can you read out the names that are in the book?
No, I just want to know if mine is in there. Don't care if anyone else
Yeah.
is there.
Yours is still there, yes.
Oh.
Okay, I check, I see my name, and I'm like, good. I move on with my life.
Are you not going to check my name?
Wait, is your name
habit,
in it as well?
you have a habit of dying quite a bit, so like I kind of need to have your name there. See,
Is his name in there as well?
Do you want to check?
I'm not going. I can't just go through the list of everyone in the group. Say, oh, is your name? Yeah. I
Okay,
gave you
fair.
an
I
answer.
did want to know only mine, so
Wow.
yeah,
We
sorry.
will find out if somebody, people get down tomorrow.
I mean, it would be good to know so she can put that word on herself, but sure.
Well, I mean, it's probably not a bad idea to put double up on like Death Ward anyway, because you had 1 HP after, As somebody currently on
Okay.
1 HP, I would like to have Death Ward myself currently, for example.
Valid.
And it's worth noting, my name is in the book. Yeah.
Interesting. You probably need Sid's name in there since he's dying so often.
Sid has a dead word already. Rachel.
You can fuck off.
No, if you remember, Sid didn't die. He just fell over and came back shortly afterwards.
True.
Like, the smartest person for a death ward is literally Baylor, because he's the only one that actually heals. Except for Sid. Sid heals as well. Huh.
I will say, Tony, it is probably worth preparing Healing Ward as just your one singular healing spell. Just so that if Baylor goes down, it's your bonus action. You can use it real quick and just get him up so he can do healing.
I mean, if Baylor goes low HP, he just turns into a T-Rex, doesn't he?
True, but that means he can't heal
do
you.
that. No, he can't turn into a T-Rex because
yeah.
Doug said they don't exist.
T-Rexes don't exist,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
That shit again.
I mean, T-Rexes can heal. They're just it's quite hard for them to reach their hands.
they can't do the somatic components of like making hand signs. They're just
I think more like touch spells is a bit hard to reach.
You can't do the touch spells. We can do the other ones.
Oh. All right.
Just gotta bend over.
Steve signs his name in the book. He looks and reads the other ones in there. Doesn't say anything else. All right, cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll head over vaguely in the same direction at the same time, but some good rest, you guys. You've had a rough day, I bet. Right. So yeah. He just turns and he's like practically bouncing how he walks down the street with his joyful, upbeat attitude. As you guys are all taking your long rest, you will take the moment to think and ponder about where it is that you are and the journey that you're about to go on. This entire ordeal has been incredibly testing. Morally, physically, and spiritually. Death and despair around every corner, but hope has never been clearer than it is in this very moment. While Steve definitely seems to be filled with a bit too much of it, you see the smiles returning to all the citizens of this little hopeful sanctuary. You hear the small giggles of community as people are cooking together, cleaning together, being in each other's company and not being afraid to talk or be around each other anymore. what you've restored to this city and its people isn't just their lives. It's the ability to live that life. Because while they were still alive before, they weren't living. And as that thought lingers in your minds, each of you are going to take a long rest.
Finally.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry, I just got back.
That's all right. Take a long rest.
Okay.
Zinni, I do want to mention that ever since the gods did disappear, every night you have been getting involuntarily dragged into your dreamscape. Every time you briefly look around, see an ocean of souls, see no scythe, and fitting to how you have done in previous nights, dip out as soon as you're able to, or as soon as you're able to force yourself out. But this is a nightly occurrence for you.
I figured as much.
Good. Andros, you've never slept more quietly or soundly in your life. You do still feel that small little beating of pestilence within the center of your heart. But your mind's never been clearer, and your sleep has never been deeper. Baylor, you as well, though you haven't had the chance to experience it all that much, the nature and the wider world is amazing, the bits that you walked through at least. The Asimor, you get the feel, is a very much an anomaly, where it's too much cramped into too little of a space, too much variety. Things want their own place to live and don't want to can't always be in border wars with each other. When you were walking through small bits of forests together on your way to this city, you would walk for miles and miles and see nothing but just rabbits everywhere. No sign of a fox nearby. It's an odd dichotomy for you, because it feels very natural, but at the same time it feels very unusual. It's not what you're used to. It almost gives you a feeling that the Asimor has more of a forced sense of harmony. One that is interposed onto it, rather than one that is naturally occurring. Sid, what kind of dreams are you having?
Fighting, eating. Maybe no, that's too much information.
Nasty.
No. Sid has no bad dreams tonight. That's all I'll say.
No bad dreams tonight, okay.
Mm-mm.
Anxie, you've been having on and off conversations with Carnell in across weeks at this point. Other than what you've already said, is there anything further as you wish to spend your final spell slots, if you have any?
I mean, I'm waiting for a respawn, so I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, true. To your message, you get back a response from Carnellen. His tone seems a little taken aback and flustered.
He dying. Or he got the sorcerer's inspiration.
It's so obvious from the slight little stammer at the start of his sentence. Well, thank you. Yes. I really hope we can finally see each other soon. Thank you, truly. And best of luck to you and your friends as well.
Thank you.
All right, with that, it is morning. Those of you that are up before the others do notice that there is still a little crowd outside your building, though definitely nowhere near as big as the one from yesterday's morning. But the people are interested. People are interested in you. People are interested in what's going on in your lives.
I guess as well, I'll just ask, has anyone actually told him about Vesta?
Sorry?
Yeah, people in general. Has anyone told him that Vesta's dead now as well?
You whisper this to one of the guards close to your front door, and the guard turns to you and says, "No, what about Fester?" Something we should worry about?
No, I don't think you need to worry about Vesta.
Oh. Weird thing
Just
to
curious.
bring up, but yeah, you do you.
So yeah, they don't know Vesta's dead.
I'm assuming you go back inside before you say that.
Yeah, I don't even say that myself.
Yeah, I think we should leave to Thorn the information about who dies and what happens, because last time I tried to share information with them, it appeared that they didn't know that there is no gods around here.
Sid, you're the last one to wake up. And in fact, at this point, you've heard people banging on your door a couple of times now, but you reluctant to move. And then you hear some knocking on your window. You are 2 floors up from the ground floor.
I, scratching my eyeballs. How you say that? Just my eyes are still closed, and I just walk towards the window. I bump into something because my eyes are still closed. Open one eye a little bit. Right, there's the window, and I think I will just open the window without really thinking about it.
You open the window, and initially you don't see anything until you step a little bit closer, and then on the windowsill off the side from the window, you see Daisy sat there with her 2 hands flat on the windowsill, kicking her legs off the side. Morning!
Daisy, what you doing on the roof?
I can't wake you up because I knew you be sleeping in.
Okay. Thank you. Now get down here. Well, get inside here.
You want to get down now? I could go down right now.
No, lady, young lady.
Whee! As she
Open the window.
jumps.
Oh, for fuck's sake! So this kind of just looking down.
As soon as you look down, you see a big pool of water underneath.
Okay.
Blood. She's dead.
She lands making quite a minimal splash in the water. Quickly gets out, shakes herself off, looks up at you, gives you a big childish wave, and skips off.
All right, well, guess I'm awake now. And he gets this close, slowly but surely, and heads down the stairs.
You tell the rest of your group what you saw?
Nope.
I love that.
All right. Your group meets up and you start to walk and head out. A little group of people will gather around you. Sid, you recognize a couple of people. Little troop of girls that were giggling yesterday morning. Except there's a couple more of them now that you don't recognize.
Whoa.
You hear them whispering a lot louder this time, and with their hands covering their mouths as they're all half gawking and half glancing between each other.
Sid kind of stares over to them, noticing them, and then he quickly looks at the group. Oh, hey guys, wait up for me. Hey. I'm awake. And then turn my back towards those girls, basically.
You hear some faint little giggles as you scurry away from them.
Yeah, I don't think Sid really wants to deal with that. They're too young for him.
Way too young. We know his type.
Exactly.
You guys all start walking together towards a vague direction of wherever Torn was last time. You can mostly make your way there, but as you guys are just walking through the streets, smelling some of the breakfast meats being maybe burned a little on those ones, you hear just from a slightly elevated position, "Hey guys!" You look up, you see Steve on a balcony of a nearby building. "Oh, you heading out already?" And you watch as he like scuffles back inside, and you hear like a couple things falling over, and then you watch as Steve, with now a bow and quiver slung over his shoulder, you watch as he sort of like leaps over the balcony, and the moment he does, you see this look of regret instantly come onto his face as he did not plan his landing whatsoever, and just whoa, and starts just to fall. He lands amongst a bunch of washing lines and just sort of gets tangled. And can't currently. He's like twitching, trying to move. He's like,
Steve. A little bit too excited for the danger that lies ahead as I help him untangle himself.
"So, my bad. Yeah, I just wanted to head out with you guys so we can, walk in the. Yeah, we're going in the same direction. Oh, ow. Yes, thank you."
Okay, well, Steve, I think you should probably lead the way.
Sure. He takes a few steps, stops, turns back. "Where are we going again?"
We're going to where you pointed us out to go.
Oh, no,
So
I think
go-
we got to go check with Torn first. I think he has your horn, Andros. Okay, let's go. And Steve starts walking ahead. Man, this takes me back, huh? Remember when we first came into the city and I was guiding you guys around? Oh, it's been like 2 weeks since then or something. It feels like so long has passed, actually, I can't lie.
Yeah, like 2 weeks, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a lucky guy.
Kill any cultists, by the way?
Oh, one, and it was only like with my squadron because he was all on his own. But I prefer to stay hidden. I'm not the big brave hero like you, Sid. I'm just a guy.
Listen, I'm no hero. I just got a big axe, yeah.
You always say you're just a guy, Steve. Are you hiding anything?
Huh?
You heard me.
Well, I can definitely assure you I'm a guy if that's what you're meaning. Though I feel like it's a bit inappropriate to prove that in the middle of the street here.
I don't care. I'm asking whether
Don't
you're
do it.
hiding anything else from us. Because technically we are entrusting you our lives right now, you know.
Yeah, and
Not wrong.
my life was entrusted to you for a good while as well. No, I'm not hiding anything at all. Why
Now
is
we're rolling an
something
inside check.
up? Yeah, go ahead and roll insight. And with Zinni's preempted worry from the night before, roll with advantage, so roll again. You've caught Steve at a moment of not hesitation, but sort of like off guard, a little surprised. You feel within this man a lot of potential. Everything that you've seen him do, everything that you've witnessed him go through, everything about it gives you the feeling that if personalities and histories were a little different, you'd be almost looking at the kind of traits of a hero written about in legends and myths. But the person that you're looking at really is nowhere near that.
I'm definitely not thinking that.
There's a lot of the same sort of general vibes, but the manners in which Steve conducts himself, the ways that he talks, the odd things that he does, it just, whatever potential you do see in him gets scuppered very quickly. It's like, nah, that would, Steve couldn't do that. He's just a guy. You catch yourself saying to yourself in your head,
Oh.
Thanks, you tell me.
I refuse to say any of these things in my head.
Tell me.
I'm telling you the feelings that you're given. I'm not quite done with the insight check yet. In the same way to what Zinni felt before, you feel it to a bit more of a stronger extent now as well. There's something quite abstract about him. A sense of familiarity, a sense of oddness, a sense of I don't know, it's so hard to put your finger on. There's something there, but you really can't put your finger on it. There you go.
Bunch of a nothing burger. There's not much to tell Zinni.
She can't put her finger on it.
I can't put a finger on it. He's just off.
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
Lawrence Steve.
Oh wow!
He's actually like a supernatural entity.
Here's where we found out the truth.
Dude,
He
he's
is
just
the-
a guy.
No, he's not.
I love you for it.
Because this spell takes a minute to cast, we'll say that you cast it when you get to where Torn is, and while everyone else is discussing, you just sit in a corner and start mumbling to yourself as you repeat the incantation. Let me think about this.
I put the response in chat.
In fact, I need to go to the toilet. So let me take a quick 2-minute break if you guys want, while I need to go do this.
Steve is a legendary being, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
He's just a guy.
He's just a god. But you don't know which god. You can't put quite really your finger on top of it.
He could have been a spectacular hero, but he's
Is
in
he-
the body of this guy.
You see, he's a ranger. He could be the long lost heir to Gondor.
True.
And
He's
you
also
can't quite
sneaky
put your
ranger.
finger on it.
You can't put your finger on it because he's sneaky like that.
I can't.
He
I can't
just-
put a finger on it. I don't know what's odd about him. I wonder, is it the third eye or the the fourth?
I
I
can't
forgot
believe
how many spell slots I get. I think I've done too many.
you spaffed out with level spell.
Yeah. And this guy turns out to be fucking Tom Bombadil.
The best
or
part
some
is
shit.
he's just sat there waiting while he casting Legend Lore on him as well.
I love Zinni. It's my favorite character.
It's such a great spell.
So the best part is you got to name or describe him as well. So you actually, he is aware that you're casting it about him.
Where's Dax gone?
He
piss.
had to shit.
He's going to come back on camera dressed as Steve.
Yo.
Turns out it was the DM all along.
Puts that wig back
True.
on where he actually looks like
No.
a legit woman.
Yeah, no, I'm turning on my Discord if I haven't. Let me see that again.
Oh. You guys didn't say anything mean about me while I was gone.
Oh no, I always
Alright.
will.
We were just
What?
reminiscing about you wearing the wig.
No, no, please no.
We're still shocked how much it does suit you.
That's really not what I want to hear.
I don't know what was more surprising that time, like the wig or the scup being green.
That was so good.
Yeah. That was something.
Hmm.
Hello, dog. What you doing? Hey?
Go on then, Nobed. Who's Steve?
Okay.
Love it. Just a guy.
You cast Legend Lore and close your eyes. You see, as with other Legend Laws as you cast, a shroud of mist. And that mist starts to slowly part. You see a young boy, a young Steve. You see that he's standing in front of a kid that's been knocked down and scuffed up a bit. And you see that Steve is got an angry expression on his face as he's sort of like talking down towards you. So he's interposed between your POV and the one that's fallen down. You sort of hear just a like muffled noises as his mouth's opening, but you don't hear the exact words. The feeling that you get is that he's in some kind of way defending someone that's being picked on. And the mist then covers your vision again. As the mist parts a second time, you see a much older Sid and a much older Steve and a much older version of the kid that had been pushed down. So they are now much older, far more beautiful. And you see Steve and them enjoying a lot of each other's company. You see random little snippets from their life, going on little travels around the world. And you start to see Steve picking up all sorts of various jobs, doing all kinds of different kinds of works for different people, wherever in the world that he's been. And then the mist covers your vision again, and a few seconds later parts again. You see Steve stood solemn, with his head down, facing a headstone. Steve
Who does that?
still looks relatively young. You don't see any tears on his face, and at this point the headstone, though polished immaculately, the ground looks like it's been laid for a while. You see some kind of flash of pearlescent light. One that doesn't streak its way, but waves its way around the atmosphere as Steve stands solemnly looking at his wife's grave. And then, both in your vision and in real life, you feel your head be pushed to the side, and the vision, or that section of the vision, abruptly ends. As you turn your head back, and the mist parts once more, you get more glimpses of Steve's later life. A lot of him picking up more jobs in different places. All manner of different kinds of work. He really wasn't kidding when he said, like, all these stories. You see him being a sneaky little thief. You see him being a cart driver for some kind of cargo company. You see him standing guard in front of a weirdly beautiful looking palace. And then again, both in your vision and in real life, you feel your head get pushed to the side as your vision's diverted from the vision or from the mist. You look back and the mist parts once more. Steve's much older now, much more relaxed, living life at a slower pace. You see him in his hut. You hear the faint sounds of giggles coming from outside the hut or outside your field of view in this little vision. And once more, your head is, in the vision and in real life, pushed to the side. And as you glance back, the mist fills your vision, and does not part again, and the spell ends.
So how can Sid live for that long?
Steve,
Sid?
sorry.
Steve.
Steve's in like his mid-40s, by the way.
No. Yeah, but you said that he grew up with his wife and then watched her die.
From being a young kid and then watched her. What? She died when they were both at a young age, and then Steve has carried on
Oh,
living the
okay.
rest of his
I
life.
misinterpreted that.
That's all right. But Steve's mid to late 40s at the moment. Does that clear things up for you, Zinni?
Does that what?
Does that clear things up for you? Answer all your questions?
No. He's still sus. And you made him sound like he was far greater than just a guy with Lanx's insight check.
Well, he
So I
did
feel like
say
you're intentionally leaving out details here, which is not nice.
What'd you say, Platt?
I was gonna say that you did mention that he could have been a hero in his other life, but now he's just a guy or something like that.
Why were you so suspicious of Steve all of a sudden, by the way?
Did you not hear what he said about the insight check that Platt did? I mean, I was sus of him because he seems to know his way around the city and around the fucking underground network, and he knows his way into the Parliament building, or so he's heard. That's the exact words he said, by the way, or so we've heard. And then Platt does an insight check on him, and Dax makes him out to be like this big, grand person who's existed in a past life, and that's why I wanted to cast the spell.
It sounds like he used to be an adventurer, doing weird jobs all over the place.
So when are we killing Steve?
Now, get the pitchforks out.
Exactly.
We're going towards Torn.
So you're in Torn's house at the moment. Well, the house he's been hanging out in. This time, as you come in, you take note, and those of you that would look for it, you do see Daisy clung to the light fixture on the ceiling this time.
Definitely a demon.
Those of you that do see, she looks over at you, gives you a happy little smile, like a little wave of her hand, and she starts to like swing the light fixture a little. Torn looks up at her and says, "Stop! Don't swing! I told you, the thing's gonna fall down." Wayward Wanderers and Steve. Today's the day.
Is the
Are you-
day.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm gonna see Canella again. This is
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Canella
Where'd she
has
go for-
no idea who I am. No idea who you guys are. But from what Ishtar tells me, she's going to be very receptive and thankful to the effort we've been putting in.
All right. Well, no, that's out of the way. But do I get to beat some shit up?
In case you were
Evil shit.
In case you were curious, by the way, overnight I had someone scout from a distance the building that you're going to be taking the tunnel through, or where it starts from. Steve didn't know this, but it used to be an old tavern. The trapdoor used to lead to one of the private rooms. It was built as a way for some of the reigning political parties so that they could leave Parliament and have a drink without the gentry and peasantry knowing.
Sounds like a nice opening.
Obviously not used anymore, especially after someone grassed and that little avenue was stopped, but tunnel still exists. I can't claim for the veracity of the inside of it because I told him to just scout the outside of the building, but it is a legitimate way in.
I think we should probably get on the way then. Let's get in there. Let's get it done.
Do we have that card thing Ishtar had? 'Cause I'm just thinking that might be needed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Ishtar dropped that off this morning. Apologizes that he's not going with you. He just doesn't have the heart for it after what he's been through. But yes, here it is. Here you go. And he passes you the little plasticky feeling card that you found in Ishtar's prison cell. Well, wayward wanderers, I guess either I'll see you again, or I'll see you on some other plane.
That's a bit fucking grim. But
It's,
I'll say something nicer when you get back.
it's correct,
you
though.
go. That's better. Again, grim. Really grim, guys. We'll be fine.
Steve, you know where you're going? Yeah, I know. But, yeah, I know.
Oh, shit. Fuck, I almost forgot. What's for dinner tonight? Just so I know.
It's whatever rations that the matron's cooking up.
We'll get something, celebratory if you can. We'll be back in a jiffy.
If you come back and there's no cloud above our heads anymore, you
Well,
can eat
yeah.
whatever you want.
All right, I'll hold you to that. Anything I want. All right. That gives me lots to think about. Thank you.
You turn around and Steve is already by the door, eager to head out. Well, you guys ready to do this?
Let's fucking go.
Well,
Already.
ready to do this in a couple hours. It's a bit of a travel over there. Don't get too hyped just yet. All right. And Steve opens the door and jumps out the doorway. You guys follow Steve out, and you see him hands on hip, looking around in different directions. This way, and he starts walking in a direction he was looking at.
Oh,
We're
this is instilling a lot of
following.
confidence.
Any conversations you guys want to have with Steve or with each other while this is happening? Zinni, you can ask him some questions. Seem to know a bit about his life now.
I'm just looking at him with a very sus look. Just like staring at him, barely blinking.
This walk lasts for a couple of hours. He noticed you doing this quite quickly. Initially, when he saw you, he gives you a big warm smile and then turns and starts looking around again for whatever the next turn was meant to be. And then the next time he looks back at you and still finds you staring at him, he gives a sort of more worried smile. His mouth quivers a little, turns around and keeps walking. After about an hour and a half, he turns around again, catches your gaze, and instantly looks back towards the front. Slowly turns back around, still sees you scornfully. Oh, don't look back, don't look back.
We don't really want to freak him out just before he needs to do a pretty important job.
Just watching.
Steve then spins around and starts walking backwards and looks at you, Zinni. Zinni, why are you looking at me weird?
No reason.
Because you've been doing it for like an hour straight now, and it's like really, really weird. Did I do something to you? Did Andros tell you I came by to try and apologize last night for not being around for a while? I really didn't mean anything by it. I wanted to tell you guys where I was. I just, told me I wasn't allowed to tell anyone, especially you guys.
Huh? What happened last night?
I came and knocked on your guys' door. I spoke to Andros and Anxie and Baylor, and I just sort of wanted to apologize for not really being around.
I didn't speak to you.
And that's all that happened.
Well, it's not all that I did last night, no, but I just wanted, just in case maybe they hadn't told you.
No, they didn't.
Oh. Well, that's
Hey, don't drag me into this. I was fast asleep. How
Was
nice
he
of you.
asleep? Steve?
What's I, Steve? Wait, why am I asking you?
You say that again, Tony, just to... I missed a couple words of it.
I said, was he asleep? Steve?
Well, I didn't see him at the front door. I didn't exactly come inside. I just kind of stood in the doorway, said my little piece and left. Andros did ask me to write in a book, though. My name, again, even after I already did it from earlier that day as well. Did he tell you about that?
No.
Oh, I remember that happening. So that you know, guys, he gave the chance of survival to Steve instead of one of you guys. My name is still in there.
Uh-oh.
Andros?
Well, no, I mean, Daisy's name was also in there as well. We could have removed that.
Removed that? Who the Wait, it's a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just something
Instead of-
against kids?
I mean, it's
Instead of-
something that's very easy to change around, as Daisy's not exactly going to be spying on like the maiden for the next few hours.
True.
Guys, is it just me or does that kid really creep you out?
It is very creepy.
Oh, she seems pretty
No.
normal to me.
We just
You
walk around the
creep me
corner.
out, Steve.
We did walk around a corner on the way back from the last thing, and she was stabbing a cultist to death with a
True.
shard of glass.
I don't know. I just think she went through some shit that no child should go through. All right, it's
Traumatized
Well, I mean,
child.
it's worth noting that Torn said that wasn't the first time she did that.
well, not our kid, guys. Not a concern.
True.
Seems to be
I'm
nice
proud
towards
of
us,
her.
at least. Why are you proud of her?
She's a little freak.
Because
So
she's
you're not freaked
fighting
out by the weird
for what she
kid
believes in.
who goes around stabbing people, but you're weird by Steve, who's helping us.
Yes.
To be fair, that's a bit more suspicious. Why would he be helping us?
Because we asked him to join our group.
I mean, why are we helping the people in the city?
We're weird for that one as well.
I don't know, because we should be helping the gods.
Yeah.
Should we?
We
Oh,
we are
God.
technically helping the gods by helping these people in here, to be fair.
Yeah. Plus, there's this guy in
Yeah,
our
I mean,
group.
it's safe, considering the timing, it's safe to say Crumb was imprisoned by the gods. So us re-imprisoning him is helping them.
Oh, so that's how that works. Okay.
Well, I mean, he appeared like as soon as they disappeared, so it makes sense.
Anyway, that's not the point,
What's the point?
Steve.
Oh, the point is Steve, right?
Steve looks sheepishly in your direction with like his shoulders hunched up. Well, what did I do?
How about you tell us about your wife?
Oh. Oh, is that what's on your mind?
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of
Steve, you don't have to talk about your
I don't know. I loved it. She was a lovely woman. One of the purest and kindest souls I've ever met.
Well, Sydney, there you go.
She was a real nervous wreck when I first met her. So she said that I helped her gain a lot of confidence in herself, which is nice. I didn't really think that I did much of anything. It was just I think she needs someone to believe in her, you know? But because I believed in her, I got to stay alongside one of the most amazing people that ever lived. Right up until they died. You see a
What happened?
genuinely happy but also like resigned smile on his face. Illness took her. She was never the most constitutionally endowed kind of person. Was always ripe with sickness every time cold winds would come through. I took all sorts of jobs to be able to help to pay for whatever medical interventions there could be, but when a doctor just says you've got a weak constitution, there's not much you can do about that. I always likened it to how when the gods were making her, they put all her points in different areas. You know,
What does that mean?
That's a weird thing to say, but
she was full of charisma, endlessly positive, so beautiful. We would joke back and forth that any single human can't be that perfect, and so her downside was a very weak constitution.
how is this making him more sus? How are you making it more sus? I know you're trying to be genuine. At least I think so. But it's just everything about this guy is just too perfect. Or not? Am I? Is this not helping?
No, no, by all means, discuss it openly with the group. I'm happy for this kind of discussion.
I might be the only one that thinks Steve's just a guy. He's had some bad luck.
No,
Has some
I
skills.
agree.
Nah. I've always been suspicious of Steve.
You're only suspicious because he kept mogging you at every opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm always suspicious of him. Like, he can't be a better rogue than me. No, it's impossible.
How the fuck this session ended up being basically a study on Steve's life? Like, can't we just move on?
Fine with me.
But yes, Zinni, she was absolutely wonderful, and I treasure her memory very much, and always tried to live being the person that she most liked me being. Oh shit, we missed a turning. He starts looking around at the different houses. We can cut through here. And goes down a different alley.
Right?
Tell
And-
us more about you.
But me? What
Yes.
What about me, Zinni?
I'm the one asking the questions.
What? He looks at you like a puzzled look. It's like, I don't get you. Why don't you tell us more about you? You seem far more interesting than I do.
I am a gnome from Northwind. My granny was Granny Squiggle Sprout. She lied to me.
Oh, that's not good. What did she lie about?
Her life. Now tell me about you.
I mean, that's a point, though. You know, Granny Squiggle and you're a cleric of death, and she died. Is that suspicious?
No, it's not. Because when Granny Squiggle died, I didn't have this. And then when she died, afterwards, I did. And I didn't know what it was.
Okay, but actually, I'm gonna stay out of this conversation.
If you side with Andros, Sid,
No,
I'll no longer be dialing number 4.
No, I'm just think about.
Technically,
have
you're
any connection.
5.
Sorry,
Just to
number
be on the clear
5.
path. Thank you.
Wait, side with me on what?
On me killing my granny, which I didn't.
Were you implying that?
Okay, I think you took that a bit out of context. I'm trying to imply
Sus.
you being suspect of Steve is kind of as ridiculous as that.
Difference is we're trusting Steve, who we've known for 2 weeks, and Zinni here we've known for way longer.
I mean, like a month.
A month, brother.
It's been several months. You guys have known each other now.
Has it?
Like-
Okay.
Cedric's grown like a few inches ever since we met him.
Have
He
I?
practically grew up. What else?
Oi.
Cedric goes a couple of inches every night.
Fucking hell,
Come
Bro.
on. I mean,
bro.
maybe.
No, that
I-
was just
I
cheap
did not
joke.
grow up. I mean, I might have popped my cherry while I was traveling with you guys, but that, you know, was about
Sure.
it. But anyway, I guess.
I guess when a man's got to go, the man's got to go.
You definitely grew up, so now you can heal people, you have a purpose.
I can heal people.
You've healed a few of us.
Right? I don't recall that. But the purpose, I do agree. But, it's more about just,
You also lost that big tooth in your mouth. Where did that go?
Is that how we're gonna retcon it? I should have done that. That's such a great idea.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Yeah,
Wait, I
yeah.
just clocked it.
That's so good. Like, just mythical man, I fell or got hit, and all of a sudden, damn it, guys, I lost my tooth.
Oh, so maybe you lost a few inches.
It wasn't that long. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I was just asking Steve about his life.
Well, there isn't much to my life, Zinni. Grew up, I got married, lost my wife, and I kept traveling, as me and my wife always did. Eventually settled down a bit, but still take up new little hobbies and jobs whenever the fancy takes me.
Hmm.
Is there any more questions you want to ask? Because I promise you, there isn't that much to it. I really am just a guy.
I ain't got much to say, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on you. You know, I gotta don't wanna see you running off this time. So I want you to stay with us.
Oh, I won't be running off.
I mean, the whole plan was them not staying with us, though.
Well, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the maiden, but I'm not gonna be running off.
So where next, Steve?
You know what? I think we've missed another turning. And he starts to look
Oh,
up towards the
focus
cloud.
up.
Where's the? And he just like jogs forward a little. There's the center. This way. Diverts again to another direction.
Are you sure you know where you're going?
Yeah, of course I do. And you watch as Steve like looks around as like it. You know how you can tell when a tourist is in a city because you can just tell that they're looking at things for the first time. Steve's looking around at the buildings and like taking them in, looking down streets this way, and just turns and starts walking down it. This continues for like another 2-ish hours until Steve comes to a point and he starts to crouch a little, and you watch his demeanor gets much quieter. Okay, guys. So that building right there is. Oh, excuse me. Better to get it out now rather than when I'm sneaking later.
Fucking idiot.
So that's the tavern where the tunnel's gonna be. It's in one of the back private rooms, did Tone say? He didn't say which one, but I guess you can look around when you're in there. I'm gonna go to that building because that looks like the second or third highest building in this area, and obviously don't want the maiden resting on top of my head. I'll head up there. You guys go and I guess stay in the tunnel, but don't go inside until I tell you she's napping.
Okay.
Does that sound like the right plan to you?
Meditating, right? Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, okay. Well, you guys go there, and I'll go over there. See you soon. Good luck.
Right.
Steve starts to sneak off. You watch as he turns around, his bow clips against the building, and you just hear like a little wooden scrape on brick as he goes, "Ouch!" Tucks it back down properly and sneaks off again. So, it's just you guys. Steve is gone. You hear a large lightning crash. And the lightning sound as you see a streak of lightning come from the sky and hit something beyond the building. You know Parliament's in that direction. You've seen glimpses of it as you've been walking closer and closer. There have been a lot less strikes today than there usually are. Maybe a good sign.
Shall we look for the entrance in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see currently a back entrance to the building. You guys are in back alleys in between residential street houses, and the front of this building does face towards the square that has Parliament in it. So for all intents and purposes, you are very close to the building and to the rest of the cult at the moment.
Sorry, that didn't register in my brain. Can you repeat what you just said?
So imagine a big square of open sort of concrete. Parliament's in the middle of it, with a big sort of like
Okay.
lawn at the front as well. This pub is off, or this tavern is off to like the left, sort of like southwest-ish from the Parliament building, and the front of the pub tavern there goes out into this sort of square. So the building's very close to the Parliament building, but you guys are entering through the back entrance. Well, you see the back entrance because you've been coming through the alleys up to here.
Would we be exposed in any matter? Like, would people around the Parliament, if they're flying, be able to easily see us if we don't sneak?
There's a chance that if someone's flying in towards the square or is flying out or around Parliament, that depending on where they are, they could get a glimpse of the alley that you'll be walking to get to this building.
And is the highest building around here? Is it near the pub we're going towards?
No, it's a little bit ways away. It's
Okay.
it's 3 or 4 buildings away from the one that Steve's currently situated on. He's a little bit further south than you guys.
Okay. I think it's worth it sneaking in there, not just walking there. Any objections, team?
That makes sense.
No.
Great. To the pub sneakily.
Anyone want to cast anything, or are we just going straight for stealth checks?
I mean, pass without a trace.
trace.
Cast it. Cast.
My rolls have been terrible today. Holy
Is
shit.
it a group stealth check?
It is a group stealth check.
Okay, I won't reroll then.
Don't mind check. Don't know if something's changed or not.
Just need Cedric's.
Yeah, just grabbing a drink.
Thank you,
Wasn't
Scuppy.
there something?
Fucking water almost killed me.
Hold on, let me just try and see something different.
You've got a good roll already. You're fine. Because pass without
Yeah,
a trace gives you plus 10.
Do you
Have a
say
s-
water
27.
almost killed you?
Yeah, just ignore this
Yeah.
roll. Just ignore the next roll
Soda.
that I do.
Drink soda. This is the solution. to that problem.
Okay, that roll works. That's weird.
I don't have any left. Why do you think I'm drinking water?
Because it's good for you.
Oh, you weren't
Oh,
here.
Tony, you weren't here for this discussion earlier. They're saying, I don't need to drink water, there's water in soda. Oh.
I didn't say it, but
I did. I would say
That's
it again.
something that Dave said recently.
Zero said it as well. He always says it.
My guy.
Retards.
That's how the
Yeah.
conversation started.
Sorry, can you
because we
edit
were
that bit
talking
out?
about
You edit that out, yeah.
it.
So,
It's clipped.
you guys, slightly obscured by shadows emitting off of Baylor's body, start sneaking towards the building. Baylor and Zinni, with your past perception being higher than everyone else's, as you're sneaking towards it, you catch a quick glimpse between the buildings of the maiden, flying high in the sky, around-ish where the Parliament building is. She seems that she's circling it somewhat, keeping her eyes fixed on it. And you guys sidle up to the tavern wall. You are pressed against the wall next to the door into the building. Who's taking the first step inside?
Someone bigger than me. Cedric.
I pushed Torian.
Or great idea, that one.
I mean, that requires a strength check, but yeah, sure. Let's have that happen.
If you're
Sorry,
trying to
supposed to
open the
sneaky.
door stealthily, I will need a sleight of hand check from you to open the door with minimal creaking.
That's probably my job.
Shocking, that one, isn't it?
I know, right?
Check for traps.
I guess investigate first, right? Then, if I'm gonna do sleight of hand, I'd investigate first.
Sure.
My passive investigation is 17. I feel like I have to say it.
Actually, you watch Torin pour over the store and he starts mumbling to himself. Nothing there. No traps. And you just sort of like, it's unlocked.
So there's nothing else. There's nothing around it. Just a
I
door.
won't embarrass him, so he'll hear it in his head. Torin, it's open. You just need to open
I
it
don't-
further.
Okay, sure. I mean, can I do an Arcana check just to be sure? You know, you never know.
That's probably the most Cordric thing you could have said. Just roll the sleight of hand check.
Fine.
you did roll the arcana. Okay. 23. You grab the door handle, and though you definitely feel it creaking, you're opening it in such a way where you've pulled the handle a little towards you, so it's creaking very, very quietly. Pull open the door, and poke your head inside. This is the kitchen over the inside of the tavern. You see that the building's very much wrecked. There's furniture everywhere tossed and turned. Cabinets have been opened. Glasses have all been smashed. Then you hear a chunk. A little cabinet door close. You look a little further into the room. You see a cultist in the kitchen, opening and closing various cabinets, mumbling to themselves. Oh, No. No, why do I fucking bother?
Your time to shine, dude.
I guess I go stabby stabby.
You sneak forward, silently, keeping your eyes fixed on him, but your feet dancing around the debris on the floor. This comes so natural to you. You're right up against him. He's just going cabinet to cabinet, looking inside, seeing nothing and closing it, or seeing nothing but smashed up cans and glasses.
I think I would still kind of proceed to take out my sword and stab him near the shoulder blade.
Make an attack with advantage because you're doing so from stealth.
Let's make sure I get this correct. Melee sword. Okay, that is that is unfortunate.
I think you need a 10 if he doesn't use Touch of Crume, so it's fine.
You are very lucky. And that does hit. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
I kid you not, right? Like every roll I have done today has been extremely low.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. But oh, I need to add sneak attack.
Take your sword, stab it down into his shoulder, and you feel it go all the way through him so easily. And you hear as it pierces out the other end on the other side of his torso near his hip. You watch his whole body freeze up. You hear a juttering in his breath. And he falls limp on your sword.
I kind of like whisper in his ear before he like pulls down for the watch.
What the fuck? Wrong movie.
Mm-hmm.
Series. Well,
Yeah, nice role playing, dude.
That's a dead cultist.
I reckon we follow in.
And do you let us know anything?
I kind of like. Is there anyone peeping out? Peeping through the door? I kind of like.
I mean, I'm
Wait, so-
still telepathically connected to you because I spoke into your head earlier.
Okay, I would kind of then. Well, I'd kind of like hinder someone who's at the door, like say, "Come in, come
Okay.
in." But that, I would also say to you, Anxie, like, in my head, that it's clear you can come in.
Okay. I move into the room and I start looking for the tunnel.
You're in the kitchen currently. There's two doors coming off of here, both closed.
Thorin, there is more doors.
More doors. Oh no, that's that's a tragedy. I see. Maybe 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 I should try and open some more doors then.
One of them, just with your base investigation, one of them looks like a pantry.
Would make
So
sense
while
for a tunnel to be hidden there, no?
I mean, I guess I just open the pantry.
Anxie, with your
While
keen
we're
mind,
in-
you remember being
No.
told that the tunnel led to a private room within the tavern so that politicians could sneak in and drink without the rest of the people knowing.
Okay.
What are you opening, Torin?
The little cabinet that you mentioned.
Cabinet?
Pantry.
Pantry.
You open the door to the giant walk-in pantry in this tavern restaurant attached to the kitchen. You find a whole lot of rotten food and a lot of smashed tins, boxes, smashed open shelves.
The other door.
I think I like hold my breath for like a second, like and close the door slowly. There, I close it slowly, and then I go for the other one.
Also, the entry point where we entered, I would make sure we close the door after us.
Well said.
Who's the last person to come in?
Doesn't matter, I'll do it regardless.
Once we're inside, while Torin and Nancy are looking around, I kind of signed to Baylor that we need to hide the body.
To the hole!
The damn body's in my hole.
You stretch out the hole and are able to just about manage the spread out the tarp wide enough inside this building here. You drop the body in. You don't hear it thud. Sound doesn't pass through the barrier to the hole.
Once it's in, I guess we close it up.
So, Torin, you're opening the next door?
I am, yes.
Roll me another sleight of hand check. Silent as anything, you open up the door. Peering out into now what is the main lobby. A lot of kicked over tables, busted up cushions and chairs, a fireplace that's been completely wrecked. You see, walking around the room, looking absent-mindedly in different directions, a cultist. He turns over in your direction, and as the moment he does, you pull your head back so you're out of the way, and you hear his voice. Come on, man, when you gonna be done? You know there's nothing in here.
Just if I go through that door, obviously I'm not in stealth. It wouldn't be an opportunity attack at all, or any advantage.
You're already
be still
in
surprising
stealth
him.
compared to him.
How
Both of
far
them
is he?
stop.
How far is he from the door?
Like 20 feet.
20 feet.
You're a rogue. Can you distract him to look the other way?
Or just like point that way. That way.
Just go stop him, please.
I'm actually not going to stab him. I'm going to use my shadow strike ability.
You wanna waste it on him?
What if he's 20 odds? Then actually, I guess I can get to him for 30 odds. Fuck it, I'll just
Don't waste resources.
stabby, stabby.
You turn back into the room, and he's not looking at the door. He's still just ambiently wandering around the room, looking at the different smashed up articles in this room. You walk through the room once again, keeping your eyes fixed on your targets, feet dodging the debris on the ground. Until you're stood right behind him.
Like, I have you now. I'm gonna stab him just above his waist.
Take out your sword. Shoved into his waist, up into his lungs. You feel a puncture sound. Similarly, you feel the stuttering of the man's breath, and his corpse slowly slumps on your blade.
I didn't even need to make an attack for that.
Oh yeah, I should have made you roll an attack. Whoopsie.
That's fine. I stab him in the back and it's all good. God, why am I being honest? I should become more quiet.
You just need to roll a 10. I think
do.
you're fine.
Well, it's with advantage. Oh no.
Crit? Yeah, we don't even need to roll damage.
Let's not even bother. I want to find out though.
Right. So, you usher in the rest of your group into this room. You guys find a staircase going upwards and another door under the staircase.
So that would be the private passage for the politicians, right? That would make sense.
I again say to Angsley that it's clear to come in. Could I do an investigation check on the room though, just if there is anything?
It's a lot of smashed up debris and furniture.
Fair enough, then I won't bother.
Okay, once I enter, I go towards the door that's behind the staircase. Wait, how the fuck did they not see it, the cultists?
It's not obscured. It's not hidden, really. The door itself.
Okay, and from what I remember with my keen mind, would that make sense for the private passage?
Well, you
to
know
be?
that it's a tunnel that's going to take you from here, so it's going to have to be something on the
Yeah.
ground floor. And from even like other bars and taverns that you've been in, there's always some sort of like private rooms that get rented out here and there. And while this one obviously wasn't used for politicians anymore, it was probably then rented out for private use after that.
Okay, if I get out the card we have, that's Ishtar's. Does it indicate towards anywhere?
Nope.
There, okay. Torin, open that door there. Behind the staircase.
Okay.
Slight hand check, please, Torin. You once again, very quietly, pull on the store handle, open it, look inside. You do see a much more quaint, fancier looking, but still somewhat smashed up room. It's got a big table in the center. It's got a large sort of like open section as far as rooms go for dancing or whatever activities. Large booth that sort of skirts around the whole table. It's a nice, perfectly serviceable private room, if not for having been so smashed up.
No
Occultists?
cultists.
No cultists.
Okay. If he tells us that, I would enter it and try and see if I can find a tunnel with the little cart.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I be helped?
Can. Torin's pretty good at investigation.
Okay, better.
You and Torin start scouring the room. A lot of stuff all over the place. It's kind of hard to notice. Torin then calls you over to the booth seating around this table. He points out to you that the cushions are all even, the ones built into the seating, apart from in one area. You head on over it and you start to feel around for it. Feels like just any other. You bring out Ishtar's card and start to just slide it ambiently around wherever this cushion and back wall is. And eventually you hear a moving of something. And the pillow of the seat pulls forward, revealing to you a space that you'll be able to crawl to into a wider tunnel underneath.
Okay. I signal towards everyone else and usher them to enter.
Okay.
And if there is a door, close it after you.
Yeah, Vader's
before
really
we-
good at.
Before we go in, I just go to where the two cultists were, and we've cleaned up and used prestidigitation to clear it up.
There was very minimal blood.
Smart.
Torin, decent at his work, was quick and clean. Couple little flecks of blood, but
Decent.
that's it. But even that, cleaned up. I'm assuming you've put the other body in the hole. I'm not going to, for the sake of brevity, make you RP it.
Do we have a way of closing the tunnel behind us?
You pull the thing back to you, and as you pull it closed, it's got sort of like a handle that you pull it from behind. You hear as it closes, chunk, something lock. You push on it, it doesn't reopen. You are now in pitch black darkness.
Oh, lovely.
I will quickly
Not this
say,
light.
I say that, but I have dark vision.
You light up the tunnel. It's old, musky in here. It smells of old.
Nice.
Stone walls and some minor bits of wood here and there. The wood's a little wet from decay. Moisture
smell
that
like wet?
can't. Shut the fuck up.
let's wait to have a smell.
It does. It's called petrichor. Fuck you. There are no torchlights along these tunnels. It's a smooth, straight shot as far as you can see, with as far as your light allows you. Are you going to head further into the tunnel, or wait here for Steve's signal?
Oh, we had to wait.
Yeah, I think we'll wait here, although I could go invisible and scout out ahead of it.
Or we can send a rogue. Because even if you go invisible, you still have advantage on your stealth.
I mean, either way.
But you can communicate with us, so I guess... Sure.
I figure on that front, you could just mentally link with anyone who goes. I mean, send to on ahead if you want.
Torin?
Yeah.
Roll
I
me a
can,
stealth
yeah,
check.
I will go in.
I reconnected telepathically with him, so we have more time.
You sneak ahead and you travel a good way, several hundred feet before you find a 45-degree bend in the tunnel to the northeast. You can't see anything ahead of you. Anxie's still connected to you.
45-degree bend, eh? I mean, I guess I would just peek my head around the corner.
Peek your head round, you see some more tunnel and then nothing but pitch black beyond it.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Dark vision only goes 120 feet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll go like another. I don't know. I just keep going through, I guess.
Well, as you do, and as you are stalking through this tunnel quietly, deftly, with as many silent footsteps as you can muster with your 30 stealth check, every faint breath you make, making a sound off of the walls in here. That is where we will draw tonight's session to a close. Ooh.
All right, all right.